What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We're going to go over some common mistakes in corners and intersections. These are the two most deadliest places for motorcycle riders, and we're going to understand why we're crashing and why we're having close calls. So we're going to look for patterns, and we're going to show you what you can do differently so you're not having these issues. So let's go ahead and jump into this video and figure it out. All right, GPS. Oh, good job braking.
Ach du
All right, so we're riding through the corners. Okay, the car up ahead has moved off to the side, probably sees something happening. We're right behind that person. We have good line of sight. When it comes to planning our ride, we have good line of sight. That's also an escape. So we're planning a ride. We're not speeding past anybody on a blind curve. So we're doing pretty good. We're navigating our version of an active threat, which could have been us going too fast around a corner. Now, somebody right here went around the corner a little too fast and low-sided right up there. So that's a very common issue when it comes to motorcycle riders is they're going too fast through the corners. They're leaning pretty hard. They're maybe in a group ride. It looks like he's in a group ride. So they're kind of racing, but not racing. Some people are actively racing. And it's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So leans really hard, really fast in the corner. It's a little bit sharper than he thought it would be for his skill set. Sees the car there, maybe panics, target fixates on the car real quick, slams the front brake, low sides. That's a very common issue. So how do we solve that problem? Kind of do what this person's doing, going a little bit slower into the corner, obviously being stopped by the car, but going to slower into the corner based on our skill set, knowing what we can do. Try middle, 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 going through the corner. Should be pretty easy. And the reason why I pick middle, middle, middle is you have space cushions to the left, space cushions to the right. Here for this situation, space cushion to the right will help out if there's any road debris. Space cushion to the left will help out if anybody crosses that line because they went too fast. All right, so this person crashed the bike, low-sided, and now he's going to have this big issue. So, guys, make sure you slow it down before the corners before entering the corner. You can always add speed later. It's a very common issue. Two of the major reasons why people crash, intersections and corners. So this is definitely a hazardous situation. Whenever you see a corner, just kind of slow it down. You can recognize the chevrons, indicate it's a sharp turn, all that other stuff. Good job on this rider, though, for applying the front brakes, not panicking too hard.
Ach du
Moves off to the side, and that's part of remaining calm, ensuring your own safety. And then you can go over there and help out that person if you really want to, see if there's any major bleeds. Okay? So ride a little safer, guys. A little bit slower. All right, so we're riding pretty hard. He's got a Cardo Pack Talk. That's nice. 10% discount in the description. All right, long curve still's got a way to go. Okay, we're not in our lane anymore. And there's the crash. Okay. At some point, you have to realize that you should not be going as fast as you are if you're going to be going wide. Now, real quick, though, let's take a look at this. Is that car? No, that truck is moving. That truck is moving. So that truck was... Maybe we're going with the flow of traffic. Who knows if we're going too fast, right? Maybe we're behind that truck and we're going with the flow of traffic. But here's the thing at the end of the day, okay? At the end of the day. If you're going too fast for your skill set, somebody going around this corner at 40 miles an hour might be the max that they can do because their skill set in turning is not good. Somebody else could be taking this corner at 100 miles an hour and they could be making it perfectly fine because their skill set is that high. So a big mistake beginners make is that they see a corner and they think, I can go ahead and take this at 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, even though I haven't done this very much and I'm brand new. I'm just learning how to corner, but throttle feels good. So they go into a corner and they go too wide. Okay, so what we can do here in this situation is slow it down before the corner. And it's like, oh, it's still going. Well, maybe I should lower my speed even more if I'm starting to go a little bit wide. So a very simple fix here. First, slow it down before the corner. You can always add speed later. Second fix here is that we're going through here and we're recognizing, oh, the corner is getting sharper here. Once we do that, you notice how the body leaned even more because I got to make the corner. I'm going to keep leaning. I'm going to keep leaning. I'm going to keep leaning, but I'm not going to do anything with my right hand. What you can do instead of, if you start recognizing, oh, I got to lean even harder, roll off the throttle. Roll off the throttle. That's going to help you out. So you're going through the corner. Okay, cool. This is not too bad. Oh, crap. It's getting worse. So I got to lean to make sure I keep this corner at the speed. Well, how about you lean a little bit, roll off the throttle. Use two different tools to keep you in line. Okay? So roll off the throttle. You can always add it a little bit later. I'm not saying slam the front brake. I'm saying roll off the throttle. You don't realize how much that helps out. So if you're going through a corner too fast, just roll off the throttle. And if it gets too crazy, apply a gentle amount, just a gentle amount of front brake. We get to this point, why aren't we rolling off the throttle and doing something else other than leaning harder? Okay. Right towards the end, it leaned even harder and harder. One thing I do like, though, is that she kept her eyes on the, she target fixated on the solution. It's just that we tend to freeze up when it comes to a scary situation, a panic situation. I like that she froze in the idea of I'm looking this way. One thing that we didn't do and we froze was that we never really released the throttle, or we never changed our brake pressure on the front. So do a little bit more. And that's the thing, is that as a beginner, you're kind of like, okay, look where I want to go. It's not working. It's not working. I lean more. It's not working. It's not working. Okay, well, there's other things that you can do. And that's where beginner riders get in trouble, is they don't understand, or they don't have the training of, here's other things I can do. So just try something else. If it's not working, you got to do something. All right, so we're coming through a corner. Pulls out, blocks both lanes, and stops. All right, we're passing. Okay, there's the side of the vehicle right there. So that's a big common issue when it comes to motorcycle riders, is that we have sides of the vehicles. Now, side of the vehicle is a pattern for what? An intersection. So when it comes to, like I said, cornering and intersections are dangerous for motorcycles. How do we anticipate somebody coming out and they're not wanting to, but they're going to harm us if we collide with them? We're going to T-bone them, right? That's a bad thing. So one thing that we can look out for, and I know this camera angle is a little weird, but remember, our vision is pretty good, hopefully, right? We see the side of the vehicle. It's the side of the vehicle. This is the side of the vehicle, but we're in line, right? This is a fully perpendicular side of the vehicle here. That's going to give you that perception, which will allow you to start making reactions, right? So we located this. We're going to assess, is it a relevant threat? Not yet, because they're pulling out. So how do we navigate this active threat now that we saw this ahead of time? First off, we're speeding past this bus. Once we see this, we can go ahead and roll off the throttle and kind of anticipate, what are they going to be doing? What are they going to do? Are they going to get in my lane, or are they just going to get in front of the bus? Well, if they're getting in front of the bus, what do you think the bus might want to do? Swerve into our lane? Okay, so I don't want to be side by side with the bus, so I'm going to roll off and apply some brakes a little bit. You see how it's the method of thinking starts to happen? And a lot of people don't do this because they just see an open lane for them, and they're just looking at the open lane. They're not scanning and locating hazardous situations or relevant threats. I want you guys to start doing that. That is definitely something that I want you to do when you're out riding. So now we see this. So good job on the rider now realizing, hey, somebody's in my lane. Let's do some progressive braking. Let's go ahead, instead of rolling off the throttle and double checking, is this a relevant threat? It's definitely an active threat, so we have to navigate that. So apply the brakes. We could swerve left, but that's where they're going. We could swerve right. We're going to hit the bus. We have plenty of space cushion to apply some brakes. Okay, so apply your brakes. Good job. A little scary. Dumb of that car driver to just stop, right? But you can't anticipate a car driver doing what they're supposed to be doing. So pay attention, apply the brakes, use your skill set, look for those patterns.
In
All right,
this
here we
case,
go.
the rider managed to stay out of serious trouble, and thanks to his quick and clear-headed reaction.
Quick
Just
and
another
clear-headed
example of a
reaction.
driver failing
Good
to
space
notice a
cushion.
rider.
There's the side of the vehicle right there. Oh, good job with the brakes. So once again, we see a side of the vehicle. What indicates, what does the side of the vehicle indicate again, everybody? It indicates an intersection. It indicates an intersection. So if this vehicle starts to come out, remember, we're planning our ride. We have good space cushion behind this person. We have good line of sight. We have escape routes. Locating hazard situation. Oh, it's an intersection. Relevant threats anywhere? Oh, that one might be. Is it an active threat if it keeps moving? Yes, it is. So what tools do we have? We have emergency braking. We have emergency swerving. Or we have emergency acceleration to get ourselves out of a situation. We might have to gun it to get out, right? When in doubt, throttle out. That's usually for off-roading, but you have 3 tools right there. Now, how are you going to be able to utilize those 3 tools? You need space. You need open road to be able to do that. That's why it's always good to maintain a space cushion so you have space to do these emergency maneuvers. You have to pay attention, and that's why I'm telling you the patterns to locate and assess so you can see this ahead of time so you have time to respond. So this person locates, rolls off throttle, applies the front brake. Thankfully, we weren't speeding, right? We're only going 21. We weren't speeding. Now imagine if you were speeding, how difficult this would have been. So we applied the brakes. Let the idiot go. Good job. Once again, intersections are dangerous. This is what's going to happen when you're out riding. So downshift, get it. He was in 4th gear. Now he's going to put it in 1st gear. And it's neutral now. Now we're in 1st gear. Come on, there we go. Now we're going to get going. Dangerous for us, so we have to be quick on that. Grab the drill booklet. It is available right now. 20% off if you really want to get it. Bunch of different drills. It's going to help you out with your tight turns. It's going to help you out with your slow speed maneuvers. You're going to get way better with your bike. You can do all 24 of those drills. Check it out. From beginner to expert drills. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream.